How's it going, guys? My name is Tyler Tomlinson, and I'll be discussing with you today the art of pitching. There are three important pieces of information I'd like to provide with you about pitching. First, I'll be telling you the proper form and technique, followed by the mental aspects of pitching, how to read a batter, and pitch selection. And finally, I'll finish up by explaining pitch location with certain counts. Let's start out with form and technique. Pitching is pretty easy if you know the right form. You can throw any pitch with the same form, just a different release point. You always start with a great athletic stance, whether you're pitching from the windup like this, facing the plate, from the stretch like this, facing the plate. You can see you always want to keep a square stance. You always want to be shoulder width, side bending your knees, keeping your body balanced. Pretty simple. And then there's three release points. There's a fastball release point. It's right here. You come, pitch, and you always want to release about right here. Curveball is the same release point, but you just turn your wrist. Instead of throwing it like this, you throw it like this. Creating some downward force with your hand when you come through. This causes the ball to spin and tumble, and it goes at a right-handed batter and away. If you're righty, if you're lefty, it comes at a left-handed batter and away. Pretty simple. And then the third release point is a changeup. You release a little lower, and you would hold it like this. Fastball, you'd release like this. Curveball, like this. And a changeup, like this. Pretty simple. All these are three different types of pitches that are used most commonly in baseball. And let's talk a little bit about pitch selection. Pitch selection is key, and so is reading batters. There are four different types of batters. Your timid batters, aggressive batters, confident batters, and shy batters. Timid batters are pretty easy to pitch to. They're afraid to be hit by a pitch or mess up. You should start by throwing a high inside fastball out of the strike zone. That will be about right here. This will put the batter on edge. Followed by that pitch, you should throw an inside fastball for a strike. This time, instead of being up here, you want it to be about right here. That 3-4 inches makes a difference. This is out of the strike zone. This is in. It looks the same to a batter, but it's different to an umpire. This is a strike. This isn't a strike. They'll watch the first one and duck out of the way and be scared. The second one will be in the same place, so they'll duck again, but the second one will be a strike. Then after that, you want to throw them a curveball that starts right here and finishes over there, but in a strike. So they'll duck away from it, and then it'll break over the plate for a strike. Strike 3, batter's out. Aggressive batters like to swing at everything. Anything you throw at them, they'll swing it. They'll chase. On occasion, when they get behind, they'll straighten up. They'll think a little bit, but most of the time, they'll swing at anything. To start an aggressive batter off, I would throw a curveball in the dirt. This gets the batter chasing the ball. Curveball in the dirt starts up here, but it finishes down here. So they see it coming, they get aggressive, and they swing early. But about the time they swing, the ball's still up here, and it finishes in the dirt. There's no way they can hit it. The next pitch, that first pitch will get the aggressive batter on edge. He'll get irritated and think, I can't swing at that curveball. That wasn't a good pitch. So the next pitch should be a curveball again, but this time a strike. So you throw a curveball for a strike, then the batter's going to watch it thinking it's going to be the same pitch as before, but it's really not. In the third pitch, I would throw a high outside fastball. When this ball comes, it triggers something in the brain that makes it look like a watermelon, basically. It makes the ball blow up and look really easy to hit when it's really not. The batter will feel that illusion, and he'll chase that outside pitch. He can't reach it, and he'll miss. Strike 3. That batter's out too. Then there's confident batters. Confident batters are a little harder to pitch to. They know the game very well. They know what they're doing. Only thing you can really do for a confident batter is throw inside, outside corners of the plate. That means outside, inside, or on a lefty, outside, inside. That's how that kind of works. It's really not hard. It's just confident batters know what to do. They know what scenarios are going to happen. They've gone through in their head. They've practiced. They know the game. So the best you can do is just throw the corners and keep it low. A low pitch causes the batters to swing down and hit ground balls, which is a very key part of pitching. And then finally, I'd like to talk to you about pitch location with certain counts. When a pitcher's ahead in the count, meaning that he's thrown more strikes than balls, is good. This is when pitchers are the most dangerous. As a pitcher, you always want to be ahead in the count. You never want to get behind. But on occasion, if you do get behind, you just throw a fastball. Regardless what type of the 4 batters I explained to you, doesn't matter which one you're pitching to. If you get behind, you throw a fastball for a strike on the outside corner or inside corner, whichever one you're more comfortable with. You never want to throw it down the plate when you're behind, down the middle of the plate when you're behind. The batter will tee off on you. That's not good. You always want to keep it on the corners and work the corners. And you also always want to keep the ball low. Keeping the ball low forces the batter to swing down, like I said, and hit any ground balls. And that's what you want as a pitcher. You want to want the batter to hit any ground balls, or you want to strike them out. It's that simple. And then that's basically all I know about pitching that I have time to explain to you right now. I just told you the important pieces of information about the art of pitching. I just hit the brief main points. First, I told you about the form. Then I told you about the mental aspects of the game, how to read a batter, and the types of batters. And third, I talked to you about pitch location. Pitch location is key for any pitcher, no matter who you are. That's basically all I know. Pitching is an art, and it doesn't come natural to everybody, but it can always be learned if you're willing to do the work to learn it.